Okay, today's workout is going to be a little different. It actually isn't going to be a workout as much as to give you some ideas if you've been sitting a lot for work, if you guys have been on Zoom meetings and doing stuff on your computer, and also if you get headaches. So it's just to give you some ideas of things to do to help with that, and then some exercises also. Okay, so I was supposed to be, while I was talking, moving, because the very first thing, you can do this with me if you want, but you want to make sure every day you get up and move. So whether you go for a walk, you just do what I'm doing and march in place, move your arms, move your legs, do something that gets your blood flowing so you're not just sitting all the time. And especially some of the stretches, if you get up and move a little bit before you do them, you'll have, a better result with the stretches. But really try, if you have a bike, if you want to dance, just turn on some music and dance. Anything to get all your big muscles moving will help a lot to relax some of the stress on your neck and on your back. So you can pause me now and go do some dancing and then come back, that's fine. Okay, so also before we get started, you do need a band just to have it by your computer or whatever. We'll be on the mat, and then you'll want a pillow. So make sure when you're sitting, working on your computer, that you are not sitting like this, or sitting like this, or sitting like this. So really try as best as you can. I'm too short for this chair, so I would have to sit on the edge of this chair. Or you could put something underneath your feet, so if you wanted to sit all the way back, you could sit this way. As much as you can, but you're not going to be able to do it the whole time. Do try, think of sit up real tall, like a string pulling from the back of your head, pull your belly button in to hold you up. Now this would be great, but you're never gonna last this way. So even if you sit like this for a couple minutes and then you're like, I'm tired, I'll sit like this for a couple minutes, okay? Sit up tall again. I want to cross my legs, which I don't like to do, but you could do that. But keep thinking your base position to come back to is this, so that you don't wind up spending all your time in here. So that's first thing. Second thing, if you're working on a computer that is not a laptop, make sure that you're up tall, your elbows are about 90 degrees on the keyboard, and that your eyes are level with the top line on your screen. If you have a laptop, it's much harder because you can't adjust it. So you kind of have to find the best happy medium between what's good for your arms, because if it's too high, you'll be up here, and if it's too low, you'll be here. But then we don't want you looking down at the screen all the time. So again, the more you move around and change your position, the better. And then the third thing is try to take a lot of posture breaks. And that's kind of what I want to show you now, is some things to do. Set it on your computer, whether you can do it every half an hour, every hour, basic, just stand up. That's really easy, and move around. Or you can stand up, do some squats, sit down, you can stretch up this way, stretch this way. If you want to open your chest and stretch your back over the back of the chair, this is a good way to open up your thoracic spine, but support your head. Don't just drop your head back like that. Try to make sure you're holding it here. You can do the ITYs while you're sitting, so sit up tall and squeeze, open and squeeze, keep your shoulder blades down and squeeze. Make sure you don't pop your ribs up, keep your stomach tight. And if you're not used to doing it, don't hold it very long, but if you've been doing it for a while, try to hold, just think you're reaching those shoulder blades down, not forward, but down and back. You could even, if you're on a Zoom call, people won't know that you're doing this, but open here and do it all from your shoulder blades. I'm not just moving my arms. So you could do some of those. Keep your band handy. So you can always sit or stand. So we'll do some sitting and some standing, but do shoulder blades, arms, arms, shoulder blades. So squeeze your shoulder blades, open, keep your shoulder blades squeezed as your arms come back in and down, squeeze, open, in, relax. So I would say, keep your band by your computer. So 3 times a day, you can do a set of these. You could also put it around your knees this way. and do chest expansion. So inhale, exhale, open your chest, turn and look to your left. Inhale to the center, turn and look to the right. Relax. Inhale, exhale, squeeze and open. Inhale, exhale, relax. So alternate between these. You're still getting your shoulder blades down and back while you're turning your head to make sure you get good motion in your cervical spine. Open, turn, and relax. You can put the band underneath your feet. Now be really careful, because if you do a row in this position, the line of pull would make you want to do that, which is exactly what we don't want, because we want your upper traps to relax. So think of still pulling, but you're squeezing down and back. Don't get your elbows back here, because it will tip your shoulder. So you're still pulling and keeping your shoulder blades down, and your shoulders are still vertical. Your humerus is vertical to the ground, not tipped. So inhale and squeeze, and inhale and squeeze. And I'm only just doing a couple of each to give you some ideas. So obviously you could also do these standing. So if you want to do shoulder blades, and anytime that you're on the computer that you can stand up, that's a good break. Just set your computer up on the counter, and then you could stand and do these. You could do them standing, not like this, of course, but working on one leg at a time, or the other leg, not like that when you step on your pants. So squeeze, open. So you could do some of those. If you want to do chest expansion, it would still be the same thing around the front of your thighs this way. Squeeze and open. Inhale, exhale, relax to the front. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, exhale that way. If you want to row, just stand on it. Again, don't pull up. Think of squeezing down and back. So you're actually working your biceps more in this position. Squeeze and pull. Now, I did a bunch of exercises at first, which was kind of intentional to make sure before you stretch, you move around a little bit. So you could pick one or two of these exercises before you stretch. Now, if you're going to stretch, make sure you are sitting up straight. Do not stretch like this, because it's very hard on your neck and it doesn't feel very good. So sit up as tall as you can, hold on to the chair, keep that shoulder blade back. Arm goes up and over past your ear, because we want to stretch your neck. If you just grab your head, you'll tip your head and get the top part of your cervical spine. We want the whole neck to stretch all the muscles. And when you do these, try to hold for 30 seconds, which I'm not going to hold for a full 30 seconds now, because we're going to do these again on the floor. And then switch, keeping your stomach tight, up and over, tuck your chin, up and over. Try not to let your shoulder blade drop. Keep pulling it back. So you could do those. Go to the other side, turn and look at your elbow, get that shoulder blade back, pull forward. Your tendency will be to do this. So try to keep yourself up and tall as much as you can. So if you kind of get into a habit of the first hour, I'll do stretches. The second hour, I'll stand up and do some squats and a couple exercises with the band. The third hour, I'll do the ones that I showed you, stretching over the chair and opening up, and get yourself kind of in a routine. Make yourself a little note card or put it on your computer to remind you of all the different things you're going to do. Okay. Well, also you can practice breathing in this position, but I'm going to do more on the floor and kind of for time's sake. But I would also practice your breathing as we're going to practice on the floor, which will be deep relaxation breathing. So make sure, inhale through your stomach and exhale. I think it's a lot harder to do this in this position. But if you're sitting on the computer all day going, and you're getting tighter and more stressed, it's going to make everything tighten up more. So try to make yourself at least inhale and exhale and take some deep breaths that way. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the chair, kind of. The cat, of course, is in the way. So we'll see if, when I move him off of the mat, can I have this, please? Okay, let's see if we can share. There, you can have that end, and I get this end. No, you get the other end. You are such a booger. Okay. All right, on your back. You can come back. Now I made him mad. Come on. All right, in this position, some of you do need a pillow or a towel roll under your head. So if you're laying down and your head is going like this, definitely put something under your head. Okay, think hands on your stomach. Take a few deep breaths. So inhale and exhale. It helps if you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Of course, you would close your eyes or do something, but I'm talking to you, so I'm not going to do that. You may do this for a minute. You may need to do this for 5 minutes, whatever helps you to relax. Because part of what we're trying in this position, you have no gravity on your muscles, so we're trying to relax as much as you can. All right, the next now, and I'm going to sit up to show you this real quick. Please do not do neck circles like this. I'm not even going to do it where you whip your head all the way around. That's really hard on your neck and actually is potentially dangerous. So when I say we're going to do circles, think of you're moving your nose in a real small circle like this. So I'm only moving my upper cervical spine and trying to loosen that up. So you want to inhale on the way down, exhale back, and then reverse. And think you're making a circle about the size of a quarter with your nose as you go down and around. Be careful, because I can feel I'm doing it since I'm talking. I'm starting to wind up here. Make sure when you go down and around, you come back to that level position. You could do some chin tucks, which is just lengthening the back of your neck, and relax. And it may help you to put your arms out this way. So inhale, exhale, tuck and lengthen. And if you have a headache, I would highly recommend closing your eyes and obviously not having a light shining on you. Good. And tuck and relax. I would do a few shoulder blades, squeezing, forward and back, forward and back. You could do a few slides of opposite arm and leg, still focusing on your stomach, but you're stretching out your whole body. Inhale and lengthen. Again, we're trying not to arch and flatten. You want to keep as still as you can. And opposite. And come back. Stretch all the way. So if you're going to go ahead, let your ribs come up, let your shoulder blades come down, and then try to pull everything down and back into place. Because sometimes you can't tell you're here until you let yourself go too far, and then it's easier to bring it back. Now you can tell if I do it correctly, my shoulders are not going all the way to the ground because my shoulders are tight. So the goal is not this, because I'm cheating. The goal is that I'm in the neutral position with my ribs, neutral position of my pelvis, stretching nice and long. Okay, if in this position you want to do your neck stretches, you don't have the chair to hold on to, so think I'm reaching down with this, tucking my chin, still grabbing past my ear, but now my head is totally supported. So when I stretch, it's a lot easier to relax. Let the pillow support you. And then back, same thing on the other side, reaching down, reach over and across. Again, make sure you're keeping that slight chin tuck, not like this, but just a little bit of a tuck to stretch out your neck. If you do the ones we just did where you're looking at your elbow, you are picking your head up a little bit. So if that's hard, you may just want to keep a pillow there so you don't have to lift so much, but you can stretch this way. And then back, look at your elbow, turn and stretch. But again, this might be too much since you're lifting the weight of your head, so I would just stay to where your head is supported. The other thing that's a really good way to help you relax is put your arms out like in that cactus position, and if you need something to support, if you don't have this much range, you can put pillows or towels here. And in this position, try to do those nose circles, because now you opened your chest and you can turn. And I would do these first and then just try to turn your head side to side. I'm totally supported, my shoulder blades are down, so I can get good rotation in my neck without any stress to my tissues. Okay, now carefully roll onto your hands and knees. I did everything. Okay, so of course this is always a good position. You can work on your shoulder blades. You can do some cat and camel, cow, whatever you want to call them. I guess this is, I don't know. I never know which is which. Just move your back. If you're going to do some exercises, make sure your head is in that nice long position. So that would be good to do opposite arm and leg. It's taking you out of that sitting position and making you work all the muscles in the back of your shoulders and spine and hips. And inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Again, making sure don't lock your elbow, lift out of your shoulder blade, keep that head nice and long. And inhale, and exhale. Of course, you could always do push-ups, but I promise I won't do any in here, but you know, you always could. Then for sure, try to make yourself, I would every day, even if once a day, you went through and did your I, your T, Y, relax, inhale, exhale, pull that belly button in, squeeze your legs together, T, all the way down. So you can either pause at the top like what I just did, or if you want to come back down, turn your head the opposite way. And inhale, exhale, pull your stomach in and squeeze. Sorry, hi. Inhale, get up there. Exhale, back to here. One more set, stomach tight. Inhale, exhale, pull this, lift. Make sure your head is long and you're looking at the mat. Do not do this. That is guaranteed to give you a headache. And then relax. Okay. The other one that would also be helpful is, this is where you really want the pillow. So, see, I put the other cat up there since Mitzi's still sick to keep for as a company. That's pretty cute. I've had that cat since I was a little kid. All right, so lay on your side, lie on your side. You can either put your hand here or underneath. Make sure this is not the best pillow to use, that it's a good pillow so your head is in a neutral position. So you can either do this here if you can. That gives you an idea of, we're going to open the book. So you'll inhale, first keep your knees still and hips still. Exhale, open, and I'm going to move forward. Inhale, exhale, open. And remember, try to do 3 that you're just working on opening your chest. You're not letting anything else move. And then we'll say, okay, let's go ahead. Open your hips, open your knees, but still try to keep them together. Try not to do this yet. So we're really stretching. That's actually more of a stretch than letting your knees open. Inhale and exhale. And as we do this, start following your hand with your head. So as I'm turning, I can turn and look. And then on the last 3, we'll open up all the way. So inhale, exhale, open. So my knees come apart and stretch. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale and open. And inhale. Exhale, open. And then when you go to the other side, I can do it this way. You can still hear me talking, so just roll to the other side. We'll start the same way. Inhale, keep everything stacked. And open. Inhale. Exhale, turn and open. Notice I'm not doing this because that doesn't feel very good yet, so I'm not letting my head go with me until I'm ready to go. Part of it is also I don't usually do this on a pillow, so I'm getting used to how this feels in this position. Now I'll open my hips a little more, but still try to keep my knees together. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And now this one will go all the way. So inhale, past, exhale, open. So now I let the ground support me. Open here. And turn. And last one. Open, come back to the center. I'm gonna get rid of this. And I would always try when you're done, work on some of that breathing again. So maybe keep your eyes closed if it helps you to move your arms on the inhale and exhale, or if you do better, keeping still, inhale, exhale, revisit those neck circles again. You may need to stretch your neck again, so you can come back to here. Keep thinking of lengthening your hand while you're pulling over. And then the other way, tuck your chin. And then come back. Always make sure you roll to your side before you sit up. So hopefully that gave you a few ideas of things to do, whether you're at your computer or if you're just getting headaches or have a lot of tension up here. Try to, since I didn't do like a full workout of all the reps of everything, write down a few exercises or stretches on a little card to remind you, so that frequently throughout the day you can incorporate some of these in your activities that you're already doing. If you're driving, which most people aren't right now, but if you happen to be, keep one of these in your car. So at a stoplight, you can, obviously when it's red, you can do a few of these exercises. So even if you get in 3, but you do 3 every time you stop at a stoplight, you could get some in during the day, but it also helps you to make sure you're not driving like this as well. It will help you to sit up real nice and straight. So have a good day, and still hoping for another warm afternoon to do this outside. He was relaxed, but you know, he's probably going to pounce on my mat as soon as I get up. All right, thanks.